Senator Dodson. But I mean, because there's a lot of things at play here. I think you know the fundamental thing that most of us would like to do that are involved with businesses is not have an arbitrary May 1st date. But I'm going to guess that we have May 1st date because we wanted those collections to come in before the June date. We want to be included in that year. So if we move the dates to October with the extended due date or September, whatever it may be, you know, you're getting outside of one year into another for the state. So there's going to be a lot of complications going on, and I understand that. You know, for me, one of the biggest things we need to figure out if it's possible to get the dates lined up to the regular due dates with whatever else may be happening. Because it's out of sight, out of mind, all of a sudden May 1st is here and it's not tied to anything. I think that is a general complaint that most of those in this room have. But we need to fully understand what that's going to mean from revenue shift from one fiscal year to another. We need to understand how much it's going to cost the Secretary of State's office. Because at the same time, there's a cost at the Secretary. The franchise tax that's collected, $8 million goes to general revenue, everything else goes to adequacy per the proposal went out to people to vote on. Does any of that, and part of that $8 million that goes to general revenue is actually collected in central services, which then they use in the Secretary of State's office to really administer not just franchise taxes, but corporate compliance, whatever it may be, making sure folks are registered with the state. And it's going to get very complicated there again, because that's housed with the Secretary of State. We're taking one of the control functions, which is franchise tax and compliance, away and moving into another agency, which is going to require a lot of talking between DFA and the Secretary of State's office. Is it possible, with the dates being the fundamental big thing at this moment, to limit it down so that's our scope, and then if there's other proposals in the session to do more, that's what I would like the scope of this committee to be, is working on the dates and making sure that that's something feasible and that we can accomplish. And then in the future, we can look at even in the session separate and apart from this task force, should there be a reduction, what should we do in regards to those that have closed businesses instead of having a penalty of, in essence, $300 just to close a business in the state of Arkansas that's not going to be collected? How do we waive that? But I think the big question is, how do we make the dates, jive with everything else that we're doing? Could we limit the scope of this down and then kind of prevent some of this argument?
I guess that one's to me. So I'm completely open to doing whatever. Just as far as having the franchise as part of the discussion of this tax, I think it's pretty clear that there are some issues that need addressing as part of the reform of this tax force discussion. The relief part of the reducing the rate, obviously I'd like to see this as part of our overall plan, maybe through long-term triggers and things like that we set up a reduction in the rate. But if we can streamline it, if we can make the dates work, move it over to DFA, if that's a viable path forward, I'm completely open to whatever discussion we want to have as far as a recommendation for this task force. Be part of the overall discussion.
So, Senator, my concern is that, let's say that this reduction, in franchise tax revenue is not a priority, or inventory tax, whatever takes precedent over that. We still need, and I think this committee should look at those dates and where it should be housed. Is it DFA, or is it as simple as just changing the dates and allowing different collection times for the Secretary of State? And so I don't want us to essentially do away with this because it's not on the priority list. Not that it should be something that's considered at some point, but in the scope of everything we're looking at, it's not the priority, and then lose the ability, or we stop looking at those dates and allow it to get out of this committee.
I'm in agreement.
You got another one?
No, we're ready for motion.
Well, we got more questions.